Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am coming to you from the comforts of my bed in my new apartment, which I absolutely love. Oh my God, I love my apartment so much. I thank God for this tremendous blessing. This is something that I definitely prayed for, and this is also the reason why I'm doing this little short vlog for you guys today, because I recently completed my 40-day fasting and praying. And when I tell you that it was phenomenal and life-changing, oh my goodness, I highly recommend that you do a fast and praying. I usually do this during Lent, and I did, but I wasn't very successful during that time, so I decided to go ahead and do another fast and praying this summer because I have a lot of life changes happening. And I wanted to, first of all, make sure that I was covered by God. I wanted to gain some clarification and confirmation on things that were happening in my life. And one of them was moving. I knew that God wanted me to move, and He wanted me to move here because that's something that I had already prayed about. That, well, no, not move here, because actually this happened during my fasting. I actually got approved for another apartment, well, kind of semi-approved, and that fell through during my fast. Like the first week, it all went crazy. And but it happened for a reason, because it brought me here. I'm literally down the street from the other place that I was going to. But that wasn't what God wanted. He wanted me here. And I see that now, and I know that now. So I knew I was supposed to move. He had already told me that. I knew I was going to move this year. I just didn't know where. So during my fast, this is when God revealed to me and made it possible and made it a way for me to move to this location. And it's 10 times better than the place that I previously thought that I was going to move to. During that first week, so I had the issue with the apartment. That was the devil. During that first week, I had issues with my job. And God worked that out, and He's still working on that. And it's, it wasn't my job per se. It was someone that I work with. And let me tell you about me. I don't know if this ever happened to anybody else, but when somebody does wrong by me, because I'm a nice person, I'm so nice, and I'm going to continue to be nice, whether you appreciate it or receive me or treat me kindly. I'm going to always be kind and be nice to you, because I have to answer to God for that. And it's just in me. It's in me to be a nice person. I'm not going to be evil and do evil for evil. So what's so great about God and what He's done for me is, when someone does me dirty, he unleashes that karma like immediately on that person. And what's crazy is I'm there to witness it. So the person who was doing me dirty at work, I saw their karma like instantly. And 40 plus days later, that person is still getting karma. It's look like they doing worse. I don't wish bad on anybody, but I'm just saying, what you do to somebody, God is going to give it back to you 3 times. He is. karma is a real thing. So we have to be careful and mindful of how we treat people and what we do to people, especially someone like me who I'm just chilling, you know? So that situation happened at work. That person is still going through it. I wish them well. I never had a problem with that person, but I think that jealousy plays a big part in people, and it's a dangerous. And you just really gotta examine yourself and look at yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing? You know, how, and ask God to change you for the better. And ask him to remove like evil spirits that are in you. Because sometimes we can't see ourselves for what we are. So I just be asking God, I'm having these issues. If it's me, then remove it. Remove that from me. And I have done it. And I did it during this fast. And I see a change. And I still see changes occurring. So the apartment, the devil was busy. My job, the devil was busy. God worked it out. I kept going. I kept praying. I kept fasting. I kept on. Relationship. Oh my gosh. And I made a list. I made a list of all the things that I was praying for, right? And it's like the first thing on my list is the first thing that the devil attacked. Then the second thing. And he just kept going down and down and down. And all of that happened during my 40 days. I think I had 5 things on my list, and only one thing, nothing, the devil didn't touch it. But everything else, he was right there trying to compete with God. Shame on him. He know he can't stand against God, but he be trying. He's foolish. But it's life changing. There are 3 things that I did during my fast. I sacrifice things that I really, really love. I give up on those things. For instance, YouTube. I really enjoy watching YouTube. I really enjoy making content for YouTube. So during my 40 days, I did not look at YouTube at all. I gave up a couple of social media. That was one of the things. I'm not really big on social media, but I will get on Instagram and look at news and different things like that. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. No social media, no YouTube, no nothing like that. No entertainment stuff like that. Um, I gave up sweets. I absolutely love ice cream. I gave it up. That brings me to the fasting part. All I had was water, which occasionally, outside of fasting, I will drink a Diet Coke or I'll have a coffee. But I don't drink sodas like that, or unless it's a Diet Coke, maybe once a month. So just only drinking water was fine for me because basically that's all I have. If I'm not drinking water, I'll have a coffee or a tea. Or like I said, an occasional Diet Coke. But I'm not, no juice, no nothing like that. So only water, only fruit, only vegetables. Um, and I think I lost 15 pounds during my fast. I'm down 21 pounds now because I'm still going. Like, when you adopt that lifestyle, now I don't just only eat fruit and vegetables now, but I don't eat any carbs. So no breads, no pastas, no rice. Like, I'm done with that. Um so I'm still losing weight. And then the other thing I did was I made a list of everything that I was praying for. And then I went to God and I said, this is what I'm seeking, you know. Like, no, like on my list I had moving. I said, Lord, I know that I'm supposed to move. We've already had that conversation. You've already confirmed that the move was what I was supposed to do. So now I need you to lead me and guide me to the place that I'm supposed to move. And I need you to bless it. Bless my new home. Keep out evil spirits. Keep out things that are meant to harm me. Things like that. That's what I prayed for. And so that's how it went on my list. The things that I was praying for, I already knew that I was supposed to do it because I had already talked to God prior, and I asked him to show me in the form of passwords. So another YouTuber, a creator that I'm very interested in, she used passwords. She goes by KJ. So check her out. And she was talking about passwords and how you give God a password and say, like for instance, she said, "Let me see a pink car, and then now let me know if I'm supposed to do, XYZ." So that's what I did. So my password was a rainbow. And I was like, let me see a rainbow, Lord, in any form, just a rainbow. And now let me know that, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. I knew 5 years ago this is what I wanted to do. But what we want to do isn't necessarily what God wants us to do. So I was like, God, if I'm supposed to move this summer, let me see a rainbow. I kid you not. When I opened up my email, I got an email, and in the subject, it had a rainbow. That was the first. So, and he did that. He showed me. And I did it. I did it with three things. The next one was if I was supposed to go back to school to get my master's degree. This was around June-ish. This was the last password that I received. I didn't think I was going to receive this password because it is so off. And it's chitlins or chitterlings, depending on your your geographic or nationality or whatever you want to call it. Some people say chitlins, I do, and some people say chitterlings, pig intestines. I don't eat them, whatever. I normally don't hear them or see them until around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. For my mom, it's a New Year's thing. That's what that's when she, eats hers. So I was like, okay, it's June. There's absolutely no way in this world that I'm going to hear or see or anything about chitlins. And so I was like, so if I see that, then I know I'm supposed to go back to school. Why in the world, maybe a month later, somebody on Facebook posted a video and it was about making vegan chitlins. Out of all the things in the world, vegan chitlins. So if you guys know me, I'm not really a meat eater. I'm like a pescatarian. Like I don't really do beef or pork or anything like that. So that's weird that I did see the chitlins and they were vegan. Okay. And then my other password, oh my gosh, this is one that I've been struggling with. And finally, after a year of God telling me, yes, 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 I'm finally accepting it. I'm not going to really say what it is, but I said I wanted to see a purple car, purple truck, just a purple vehicle. I've seen it. It's been all over the place. And God showed me that until I stopped doubting him about it. Because, our self-doubt would just get in the way. And my pastor always says that you need to ignore the facts and have faith. He says sometimes you just have to forget about the facts. Even though you see it, God can change things around. And if God has already told you, then you stand strong on that. So those were the past words. So I had already known that the things that I was praying for during my fasting is what God wanted me to have. I just needed him to bless it. I needed him to show me how to deal with it, because we can pray for something. You know, people be like, well, Lord, bless me with this new home. Okay, so he'll bless you with it, but then what? You got to ask God, bless me. You've blessed me with this new home, but I need you to bless me to know how to maintain it, how to care for it, how to keep the upkeep on it, you know, things like that. Or this, you know, you ask God, I want this new job with this corner office. When you get it, then what? You know, you got to ask God, show me how to deal with these people, these corporate people, because they're no joke. They are no joke. I'm in the corporate world. It's no joke. Reason why I'm trying to go back to school. So, you know, you have to be careful about the things that you ask for, because he'll sometimes give them to you, but you need to be ready to be equipped with what you're asking, you know. So that's what my fasting was about. Yes, I'm ready to be this and to do this and to have this, but God, I need you to prepare me. And that's what I was praying for. Prepare me for this, you know, equip me with this. And he's still doing it. He is. And so fasting was great. I recommend everybody to do it. It was definitely life-changing. It was just amazing. I've had a lot of people ask me about it and how, you know, I did it, and that's how I did it. You know, and it's great. It's great. So I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in. I talked a little longer than I planned, but I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are in this part of the world. Just have a good one.